under starlight's beam. Heroes rise in this night they gleam. Pages turn and this fate intertwines. Saturday night, it rewinds. Spin tales, broken mind in the city's electric light is on. Heroes fight, every moment feels so right. Welcome to that weekend thrill, where stories, fashion, dreams at will. In this world we take a flight, Saturday night special guide in the night. Wonders, heroes unite. Comics and anime and brain delight. Journey through panels and vibrant screens. It's colorful tapestry.
Welcome. It's Saturday night, which means it's time for Saturday Night Special, the sixth best show on Renovision. With comments such as, for the love of God, let your friend stay where he's at. SNS, and that channel is a rest area toilet bowl, and you don't need any more stinking up the best comic YouTube show going. And this is an absolute terrible watch. Such douche chills. How about we check in with Jedi Johnson and see if he thinks the boys are ready to start the show?
But I still think we're more prepared than SNS, even with the rush we did on the show.
Well, shit, I hope you boys are ready to bring the mayhem, because an all-new episode of Saturday Night Special starts in 3, 2, 1.
BK says, I'm here. You can start. Well, that's our show, everyone. Have a great Saturday. We'll see you guys next week. Fucking BK. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Saturday Night Special. Sam, Sticks, what's up, boys?
It's going great.
I think we have a show for you guys today. It's a show at best. So, Sticks, how was your fourth? Never mind. Sticks is still caught in the time tunnel. Sam, how was your fourth?
It was a blast. Had a lot of fun. Did like a
finger check. Everyone's got all 10. All right.
Community picnic in the morning, swimming in the afternoon, grilling and thrilling with fireworks in the evening.
Nice. Sticks, what about you? What'd you do?
Hung out with the in-laws.
Summer formal.
Nope. No summer formals. No, just hung out with the in-laws yesterday, and today we went over to a friend's house, and that's pretty much going to be it for this weekend. I think tomorrow's a nothing day. Might do a sale. Who knows?
Sticks got some yard sailing to do.
Yep.
Say what up to the chat. What's up, Ed? Hashtag Kyle. Yeah, guys, Kyle is still in Sen's hospital. So if you guys want to message him on IG and send him well wishes, I think he'd greatly appreciate that. Ed said, I will do my best tonight to watch the manga section, but I'm not out when the singing starts. But I'm out when the singing starts. That's rough, Sam. GT Key Comics not first this week, but with the wave and the thumbs up. What's up, GT?
Everyone's a critic.
Dungeon, hey everyone. What's up, Dungeon? Tyson, good evening, Dungeon. Gents. Hope you all had a great fourth. BK says I'm here. TK says sup. Piggy Spang says no. But yeah, 4th of July was pretty chill for me too. Just swimming at my parents' house, and then went to fireworks with the kids, and that's about it. Went to my LCS was doing a $1 back issue comic sale. But the problems with that when you're a weekly reader and a weekly buyer is when they have those big sales, you don't really benefit from it because you already have everything that you want. So,
yeah.
And their back issue bins are all cherry picked. So it's like, unless there's like something modern that you didn't pick up off the shelf that you want, it wasn't even really worth it. So I didn't go. But long story short.
Yeah. My LCSs do that too. And I pick and choose what I buy weekly, so a lot of the stuff when they do have those sales, I do go and pick up. So
we found some goodies. We killed it at Strange. We found some goodies. Nice. Ed, they're still checking Kyle's blood pressure. Last I talked to him, he said they had the blood pressure cuff wrapped around his balls, and I was like, I don't think that's how you check blood pressure, man. And he was like, I was trying to tell him that, but Dr. Blood Pressure just wasn't listening to me. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him.
They're just messing with him at this point.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's time for him to find a whole new medical team.
I think that's how you're supposed to check blood pressure, but orally. I don't know how that works.
How are you doing that? You putting
not me
in your mouth?
Your nurse.
What samurai did you go to? Did you go to Chandler, Mesa, Phoenix, or Glendale? I know the Glendale one's always picked over, so I always say something to Alex whenever I'm in there, like, you guys really need to get better books in here because this shit sucks. But
Yeah.
anyway, exciting, boys. Don't all speak at once.
Hey,
Okay.
it's 4th of July. No matter what's going on in the world, we should celebrate our independence as a country, 100%. So
Nice, Mason Chandler. Nice. Fort
what do you
fucking-
say?
I thought Kyle was on the Renovision health plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about as effective as Obamacare.
That's why he's got his balls in a vice
Mm-hmm.
and squeezed.
Marco's his doctor. Marco's his PCP. That's why his balls are in a vice.
Marco doesn't even have a stethoscope. All he's got is his deep V.
Hey, you're not the doctor. I'm Marco. I can be anything I want to be. All right, Sam, what do you got for us to start the show this week?
All right. Just goes to show that you just can't have a good time. You can't just be out here having a good time. At this British zoo, 5 parrots were having the best of times. Billy, Eric, Tyson, Jade, and Elsie were removed from view this week because the birds wouldn't stop swearing at visitors. They had all learned all of the best words that we've got in the English language, and they were encouraging each other to continue to curse and had to be moved from the main outdoor aviary.
There you go. We have video of this.
There's no.
All Marco does is tell you to turn your head and cough. Oh, man. Now I'm in the TARDIS with sticks this week.
So now we know what happens when you get 5. That's why all the hosts of SNS have been separated all this time. It's because we're having too much fun swearing at all the guests.
There you go. That's 100%.
And calling them again.
Yep.
That's quite the opening conversation there. You guys, what the fuck? Just the fucking deafening silence, boys. Fucking crickets. Jesus Christ.
So you got all these animals, these birds, just swearing it away, and I was like, what did they say that was so bad? What could they possibly have said that was so bad? Any guesses?
Well, let's see. They're
guessing-
British, so I'm sure the "see you next Tuesday" is probably used quite a bit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The F word's probably used quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Anything Dom
Bollocks.
related would, if they were on this channel, if these birds were on this channel, anything Dom related would be out. They'd have to split them up just on Dom alone.
Let's see. What else?
Probably screaming
Bellin
bollocks.
or bollocks. Yeah, bloody hell. That's a good one.
Bloody hell. Yeah, bloody hell. Bloody hell.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
Bollocks.
What was there? The
I sure hope
that's
it wasn't
French.
insensitive.
What would it take? What would it take for these 5 parrots to get banned from Renovision? That's the real question.
Not much.
Sticks.
Show some
Don't look at me.
recreate or recast a porno. Talk about OnlyFans girls' favorite positions.
I could do it.
Feet pics.
Camping tips.
Camping tips. Holiday gift ideas for your significant other
Or for your
Or your mom.
or for your mom.
Or your mom.
Something special
Misconnections.
for that someone special.
Our safest segment was
I'm
our
sure they
safest
said some
segment
shit
was-
about Brexit.
Brexit.
Based.
Uh,
Some based British parrots.
I'm sure they weren't talking about Volkswagens. So that's probably the safest thing what we've been said around.
Let's see what else.
Probably
They
probably
probably said
telling off
something
the
about
king.
the Catholic Church.
What they probably said was
F the Pope.
misconnections.
F the
They're
Pope.
reading misconnections is what happened.
some London misconnections.
They were probably talking about ramen and mayonnaise.
Yeah, they were probably
With refried beans.
Mayonnaise.
what was the misconnection that we really liked? That we were gonna turn
No,
into a shirt.
it was telepathy.
Yeah.
Telepathy.
That's,
I hear you loud and clear.
you son of a bitch. Yep.
That's
That's
bitches.
there you go. Man, J. Scott Campbell trying to take all your money next month? Yeah, probably. He's got some interesting covers for the swimsuit, Marvel swimsuit that's coming out.
Dungeon.
We don't talk comics on this show. Yeah, right.
Dungeon.
Can't they be arrested for saying stuff there?
Something Yes, they do not have a First Amendment over there. They have the King's Speech, and they have jail.
We
for
don't have
everybody
much
else.
we don't have much of one here anymore either. So, who
Yeah,
cares?
you got that right. Ugh. It's a dark time. Celebrating the 4th of July was pretty tough.
There's I wonder. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some others. There's some pretty borderline ones that pop in my head though. I think like probably CUNT. See you next Tuesday.
Saying bad things about the king or
Bell End,
post queen.
bollocks,
Vote
sausage.
Nigel Farage. If they said anything about Nigel Farage, they go straight to jail. Those parents go straight to jail. They were big
Diamond
fans of
Comics.
Tommy-
They'd probably talk shit about Diamond Comics.
They were big fans of Tommy Robinson. Straight to
They were
jail.
talking about they were all doing a conspiracies about Doctor Who.
Maybe they hit this riff. Do, do, do. Maybe they hit that riff. Straight to jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sold the king. What, governor? What, governor? In it. See you next Tuesday.
L'Oreal, the king is a wanker.
Governor.
Governor.
Well, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to offend the Brits. So these poor parrots, they've
Or-
now been
or the Zoogling crowd,
sealed away where they could not offend the British. They probably said something bad about beans on toast, and the Brits just couldn't hack it. They said, no, Nope.
Beans on toast.
too much. Too much. You can't make fun of our beans on toast. They've got to go. Say whatever you want about the Queen, but the minute you talk about beans on toast,
I wonder if they called them. Maybe they're calling people cucks. Maybe they're calling them chodes.
those aren't even words over there. They don't even know. You know, that's what they call cigarettes.
Crikey. Maybe they're like crikey.
I
don't-
the cigarette's a fag, really.
Wankers. They call them all wankers.
Dicks took the bait. Sticks took
I
the
took the
bait.
bait. I knew what you were looking for. That's funny.
Twat.
Oh man.
Smoking me a
Sticks,
fag.
don't take the bait.
Whoa, Sticks. Whoa. Pete's gonna get a phone call now.
Oh man. Governor Pete. He's calling right away.
Chip cheerio there. Mushy peas. Yeah.
I just got a message due to Sticks' profanity. We got to end the show.
Good night, everybody.
Apparently we got a heart out.
Sticks does it again, folks.
Oh.
Sticks does it again.
Don't take the bait, Sticks. It's bait for the chat, not for you.
Yeah, Sticks, what are you doing? Fire Marco.
Oh man.
We've tried, but Pete just keeps bringing him back.
Free speech revolution over here.
6 sizzling sausages in a saucepan. Bit of the old in and out. All right. You guys ready to get into some news? Go ahead, Sticks.
Maybe they were talking bad about Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig. Nobody likes Peppa Pig over there.
No.
Peppa Pig is a bitch. I hate
She's
Peppa
a
Pig.
right hog. All right, let's hit it. Let's hit that news.
Man, I expected I don't know. I expected something about fireworks.
I know a bitch when I see one. Oh.
You've been waiting to use that, haven't you, Sticks?
Oh, you wanted the gore fest. You wanted to see the videos of people blowing their hands off.
Yeah, absolutely. I want
And
to
I
see
want to
some
talk
craziness.
about British profanity.
Get the hell out of here with that shit.
Thanks, Rob. Rob's always got your back. All right. Let's get into some of the news, shall we? All right. Our first story is here's why Marvel Studios, DC Studios, Lucasfilms, and more are skipping this year's San Diego Comic-Con. DC Studios skipped last year's San Diego Comic-Con, but Superman was in the middle of shooting, and only Creature Commandos was in active production. That allowed Marvel Studios to steal the show with a splashy panel, concluding with the reveal that Robert Downey Jr. will be playing MCU's Doctor Doom in the next Avengers movie. Captain America Brave New World and Thunderbolts were also highlighted, but both were underperformed earlier this year. That raises an important question. Is it worth the studio's time and money to make its presence felt in Hall H? The Wrap reports that Marvel Studios, Lucasfilms, Warner Brothers, DC Studios, Legendary, Sony, Lionsgate, and Paramount have all decided to forego holding film panels in San Diego Comic-Con later this month. Unsurprisingly, it all comes down to the timing and money. Superman and the Fantastic Four first steps both arrive in theaters before Comic-Con, and neither Marvel Studios nor DC Studios has another major movie set for release until the second half of 2026. It thereby makes little sense to promote either of them in Hall H.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do for Hall H this year, but Fantastic Four comes out the Friday of Comic-Con. So the week Comic-Con's going on, that's when Fantastic Four comes out. And last year, Deadpool Wolverine came out that same Friday, and they had this huge Deadpool Wolverine screening, this massive panel there.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they're not going to do the same thing for Fantastic Four.
Right.
And then, I don't know why you would think that it almost feels like they have a problem with people like us with what we do, the people who speculate, the online content creators of this stuff, because you would think the word of mouth and what's seen in Hall H and people talking about what's going on draws interest. Now, you can't help that every normie isn't going to go to the movie theaters and see these movies. You can't help that, you didn't want to put a promotion budget behind Thunderbolts. You can't help that Captain America Brave New World went through several rewrites and reshoots, and you guys couldn't afford, for whatever reason, being Disney and $1 billion company, you couldn't afford, better CGI. Like that. What does that have to do with San Diego Comic-Con? Like, you would think that Hall H, just look at what it's doing for you for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like, that reveal of Robert Downey Jr., people are still talking about it a year later and speculating about everything and what's going on and what does this mean? What does that mean? How are they going to do it? And like, for Lucasfilm has the Mando and Grogu movie to talk about. They have season 2 of Ahsoka. Like, there's stuff that they could talk about there, but they did just do Star Wars Celebration. And Marvel, my thought behind it is because Marvel pushed back Secret Wars and Doomsday to later in 2027. They have a whole nother con cycle to cycle through again to next year. So they can bring all this stuff to Comic-Con next year. But like, with the end of Ironheart on Tuesday, we've officially ended Phase 5. So why aren't we? The only thing we know about Phase 6 so far is we're going to get a Spider-Man movie and the 2 Avengers movies. Like, there's got to be something else than Phase 6 that they could at least announce. Like, where's Midnight Suns? Where's Blade? What's going on with Blade? There's a lot of stuff they can still talk about.
They haven't even given us like a proposed slate like they usually do.
No, again, you've heard rumors of them potentially doing shows, Nova, Strange Academy. Like, what about Wonder Man? Like, Wonder Man's been in production. Don't they have anything to show off for that?
That's in the can, isn't it? Isn't that in the can?
It might be, but I know that they've been I've seen like stills from it, so they've been shooting it. Like, they showed a sizzle reel.
They did that last year.
They showed a sizzle reel of Fantastic Four last year at Comic-Con, and in Hall H they announced, oh well, starting on Monday our team is flying to England to start shooting. So they hadn't even shot anything but that sizzle reel yet, and they still had stuff to show for that. So I don't know if it's really like a money thing or if it's because, oh well, the movie's underperforming. You think that Comic-Con helps because everybody's there, everybody wants to know what's going on. They all go into that Hall H panel. The Marvel one on Saturday night is like the big event. It's the big spectacle, and people always want to know what's coming out and what they're gonna show, and like that drives traffic on social media for like the next 9 months. But
according to this, Wonder Man is slated to be released in December of this year.
So then
on Disney Plus.
Why aren't you doing anything for it?
Well, they really didn't do anything for Riri either, did they? They didn't really do anything for that either.
No.
So,
and that's getting review bombed, which it doesn't deserve, because I really enjoyed Ironheart.
I enjoyed it. I thought there was some of it that could have been cut, but for the most part, it was good.
We finally got the fucking what feels like 9-year payoff of Mephisto.
Yeah. It took them 3 years to release this. So,
but like, you would think that Sony has stuff that's got to. How does Lionsgate not have anything coming out to promote? Paramount, like, these are major studios. How do you not have like Lucasfilm now? DC Warner Brothers, they have Peacemaker, and they're going to have Peacemaker there, but apparently Peacemaker's not going to be in a Hall H panel. So
that comes out in August.
Yeah, why wouldn't you promote Peacemaker? Like, there's all these shows that Paramount has to push, and now it's like, what are the big attractions in Hall H going to be this year? What's going to be there to drive people? Like, I'm sure a lot of people have to be mad as hell that they spent. People go to this just for those panels and the Marvel panel, and now they're gonna be mad as hell because Marvel, DC, all the big studios aren't showing up. So I don't know, man. I figured it would just drive. It drives traffic for people like us on social media to talk about it, which then people who listen to idiots like us then go to the theater or whatever, look into it. But I think the problem with Marvel is all their shit gets leaked. There's a different leak every day regarding Spider-Man Brand New Day, regarding Avengers Endgame, or not Endgame, but Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. There's just all these leaks every goddamn day. Like, they're leakier than the faucet in the backyard. You can't help it to say San Diego Comic-Con is not worth it. Like, you can't help that. Everything I stated before with Brand New Day and Thunderbolts, for all intents and purposes, was a really good fucking movie. I don't know what else they want to do.
You
But
already have your tickets for San Diego, don't you?
yeah,
So
you got to buy them a year in advance.
You got to
Like,
be pissed.
well, I mean, I've got press for it, so I'm not that angry, but it's still shitty because that drives traffic to my channel, the Marvel stuff.
But still, even thinking on a press perspective, that's what some of these people go to cover.
Absolutely.
These DC panels, the Marvel panels, Legendary, all these kind of panels that only come up at these cons.
Dungeon, San Diego Comic-Con for all 5 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, was like $385 ballpark. It wasn't too terribly bad, but that the price for the con isn't the problem. It's the $1,500 you're going to pay for a hotel room for that many days. It's the food prices that they jack up that you're gonna pay $30 for a fucking McDouble there because they jacked the price of everything up. And no, that's for not press. I get my pass for free for being press, but that's like not press because I get a press pass, but I also bought an additional pass, so that's what I paid for all 5 days on my additional pass was like $385. So, Matt, who are you going to interview? Tell me tell me you will finally interview the GIMP.
The actual GIMP.
I don't know, man. I haven't. They just started sending out emails for interview lists for things. So far, I can tell you the only one that has been sent out so far is let me see if I can find it. It's a Titan Comics. Oh God, who is it?
Dark
I'm
Horse.
trying to find. No, it's for Titan Comics. I'm trying to find the email. Oh, Jim Zub for Conan.
Oh, okay.
So
there you go.
But I'm sure this week, starting Monday, is when a lot of the big stuff's going to start rolling in. They usually wait till after the 4th. They haven't even finalized panel list signing schedules. Like, there's a lot that still hasn't been released yet. So, but it's just interesting that it makes me wonder what's going to happen in Hall H, because Hall H is usually their draw. Like, people stand in line for days for Hall H. There's people that line up on Wednesday for a panel that's Saturday night or a panel that's Sunday morning. Like, people camp out for days in the Hall H line. And now it just means the vendor hall is going to probably be way more overcrowded if there's not going to be people standing.
That's crazy. Do they let them sleep there overnight?
Yeah. Yep. People camp out on
the only reason they're doing that then is because they don't have a hotel.
They camp out on the grass.
I mean,
there are a lot of people that do that will just go and camp out on the grass because they don't have a hotel, and they just wait in the Hall H line overnight and then go into the con the next day. Or you have groups where they take turns where, there's groups on social media that you can get in where people will hold spots. So they'll sit there for a couple hours and then you switch out to go do the con. And maybe there will be big surprise announcements. Who knows? Like Marvel Comics will still be there. Marvel TV will still be there. So I'm hoping for some big news on like X-Men 97 season 2. Hopefully, we're gonna get an announcement of a Spider-Man animated series revival. I'm looking forward to the Hulu stuff because they're gonna have the King of the Hill revival stuff there. But Hasbro's going full in with G.I. Joe. Hopefully, we're gonna get the official announcement of the G.I. Joe Transformers animated series from Robert Kirkman when he does his panel.
Excited for that.
Who knows? But it's just sad that at least Warner Brothers isn't going to be there with Matt. Will probably enjoy the hot tub with Lance. Lance isn't going with me this year. I'm actually going with Dom Tober this year. So I'm gonna get to meet Dom IRL.
Big Dom.
Yeah, gonna get to meet Dom IRL. So
nice.
Should be interesting.
He's gonna try and find some questionable falafel for you to eat, Matt. I can tell you that right now.
I won't eat it. I don't eat falafel. So
if there's a pickle festival somewhere nearby, he'll drag you to it.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, we should go recast some pornos. Know what I mean?
Yeah. So Tinian will be everybody who's anybody in the industry is going to be at San Diego. I'm sure Tinian will be there with DC, Image, like every company he's writing for right now. He'll have a signing. The signings for
almost everybody.
Well,
not DC Studios, not Marvel Studios.
Marvel Comics will be there, so the writers and editors and artists and all that will be there. The problem with a lot of like DC and Image guys is they do wristbands. So you have to go in there and get a wristband, and then you get a time slot for autographs. So autographs have been a little bit harder to get in the last couple of years. Not all of them are ticketed, but some of them. Like I tried to get tickets for the Barfly crew, so Pat and Oswald and everybody who's doing Barfly, and didn't get it, and I just hung around the signing, and then once the line was done, they were just like, "You can go through." So he has seen all the Stitch stuff coming. He's had to wear sweatpants the last couple of days because of all the Stitch stuff coming. But I'm sure we'll talk more about San Diego Comic-Con as we get closer to it. But right now, if you were looking forward to stuff from DC, I thought for sure like Marvel could have came out and started announcing. They said they have the rest of the cast from Avengers Doomsday that they haven't announced yet. Why wouldn't you have a Hall H panel announce that? Announce, the X-Men casting that you've done for the X-Men, but they probably don't want to give that away. Or, movies that you got slated for Phase 6 and forward. James Gunn could come out and announce who's going to be cast as Batman for Batman the Brave and the Bold. But my thought on that is that DC and Warner Brothers aren't doing that because if Superman bombs, they're not going to move forward with any of this other stuff. And there's already companies breaking the Superman embargo to shit all over that movie. So, and that comes out next week.
Yeah. I'm seeing it on Tuesday, so I'll let you know.
Oh, you got the pre-screening? You got the prime screening?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to go see it.
I'm going to try and go see it as well, but hopefully I'll be able to see it before the show next week. But that's my thought on DC. Why DC's not showing anything, because Peacemaker is TV, so it doesn't really matter. What matters is Superman, and if Superman bombs, because they're saying that the pre-sale tickets have already slowed down, where they're going to be lucky if they clear $100 million for pre-sale. Wow. So it's going to be rough. We're going to see. Throw ones up in the chat if you guys are going to go see Superman on release weekend next weekend, or if you're going to wait a while. But moving on to that, to some Doctor Who news. Threw this in there for old Stixie boy. Doctor Who's future looks increasingly uncertain amid claims that Disney Plus has walked away from the series. Russell T. Davies brought Doctor Who back to our screens in 2005, and following a hugely successful stint as showrunner, he passed the reins to Steve Moffat, that proved to be another win for the long-running sci-fi property. Whereas Chris, how do you say that? Sticks?
Chibnall.
Chibnall. Run led to a significant decline in interest. Ratings dropped, and the BBC eventually asked Davis to step back in to the TARDIS for a new era of storytelling, starting with the 60th anniversary special. Unfortunately, his ideas for the show proved divisive, and 2 seasons runs with the ratings let down. Disney Plus is expected to end its funding/streaming deal with the British Broadcasting Network after the war between the land and the sea drops. The season 15/season 2 final ended with Gatwa's Doctor regenerating into Billy Piper, a major cliffhanger that may be left unresolved for the foreseeable future. If this latest update is anything to go by, former Doctor Who magazine editor Tom Spilsbury has shared his take on the state of the franchise via Reddit. And while his comments are largely speculative, he does appear to have received insight from those working on the show. My guess, and it is just a guess, is that there will be a 5 to 6 years before we see anything new. He shared, at which point it will be the children of 2005 who will be bringing the show back, just as Russell predicted. As every time will tell, I suspect the show will indeed come back at some point, but as of right now, nothing is commissioned and nothing is guaranteed. What do you think about that, Sticks? What do you think is going to happen, Sticks?
My hope is that they find someone to step in where Disney Plus has left it. Right now, they're still holding it.
Is not that profitable that like the British Broadcasting Network needs Disney to put it out? Like, why doesn't it?
The product is profitable, but it's not getting the viewership.
Not even on BBC America.
It's not on BBC America at all anymore.
Why?
Because all the 2005 and up till 2022, they're on Max. All the older series stuff is on Tubi or BritBox, and the new stuff is on Disney Plus.
So they don't even air it on BBC at all.
So BBC isn't owned by the British Broadcasting Corporation. BBC America is owned by an American company. I don't recall which company. So I'm hoping, like, there's been talk about Amazon maybe picking it up, or maybe possibly going into Netflix again. Netflix had the rights to the 05 to 22 series at one point. So they're thinking it might, once it goes off of Max, it might go back to Netflix, and maybe Netflix will pick up the series. So we'll see. Does it need a break? I think it does need a break. I think the last couple seasons have kind of killed it a little bit. Not to me, but to like a lot of the other fans have not liked it.
But 6 years.
I like it no matter what. So.
Who's gonna care after 6 years?
Well,
like, not everyone's as immortal as you are, Sticks. So like,
no, I know. So I mean, there was a moment in time when it was off the air from 1987 until 2005. So
BBC America is owned by an AMC parent company. All right,
there you go. So I mean, there was a time when it was off the air for more than 6 years, and then it came back and popularity spiked again. But the unfortunate thing is, a lot of the classic Who fans, we're getting up in age. You know, I'm probably the younger of the classic Who fans. So I'm not saying there aren't younger people than me.
At 365 years old, you're the youngest.
At 365 years old, that's right. That's right. So I'm hopeful that it won't get this hiatus, but I wouldn't be shocked if we get some sort of hiatus. Hopefully not 6 years, maybe 2-3 years tops. So,
well, wasn't there a long hiatus for season 2, between season 1 and season 2 of Gatwa's stuff?
So there was a 1 year gap between Gatwa and Whitaker. Whitaker ended in 22. Gatwa came in at 24. So a year and a half by the time they started filming and whatnot. Yeah.
BK says no one likes Doctor Who.
Sticks likes it.
Say what you will, BK. Say what you will, but there are people out there who like it. Not in its current iteration. So it's been, we've talked about this in the past. There's a lot of
Tyson wants to know if it started to go
stuff.
down after Matt Smith.
No, I mean Matt Smith continued the climb. Then we went from Matt Smith to Peter Capaldi. Well, then we went from Matt Smith to Peter Capaldi, and it even went up higher when Capaldi was doing the run. And then when he left, we got Whitaker, and then a lot of fans were disillusioned
That's
because
where it started to go downhill.
Going from a male to a female lead run, a lot of the fans said, so a lot of them, that's where the decline started. Now I like Whitaker as the Doctor. I don't much like a lot of the writing of the series, but her as the Doctor she's fine. I like her as the Doctor.
Pete is already trying to censor us as he keeps cutting out Styx's microphone.
Yeah, is this on?
Yeah, you're on now.
Okay. And got was,
Styx's blood type is dust, and he's claiming to be on the younger side.
I'm the younger dust.
The dialects won't let Styx
There's
talk.
older dust. Yeah. So let's hope. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it will continue. Like I said, maybe a 2 to 3 year pause would be all right to get it back to where it wants to be. So, yeah.
And Buffy,
I appreciate you bringing that up.
The line of writing started with Capaldi's Sonic sunglasses.
I mean, that's just that's a MacGuffin that whatever.
Who's got the best Sonic screwdriver, Styx?
I like 13's. He's got that. I don't have one handy. He's got like a blue crystal in it. So I like his probably the best.
Which one's 13?
Capaldi.
Okay. I was like, I don't follow Doctor Who. I watch a couple episodes of the David Tennant one, a couple episodes. I usually watch the Christmas episodes. That's it. Christmas special, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because that's usually where he regenerates.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, usually. Yeah. This year's was rushed because of the because Shooty stepped down before the season was even started, so they had to reshoot the last episode.
Is that the one where they brought back Tennant?
No, that's the one where they had Piper regenerate, where he regenerates into Piper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where we still don't know if she's the Doctor or not, but that's how he regenerates.
Dr. Q, a queer-driven Doctor Who story, is coming in 2026. All right.
We already had it. It was never mind. I'll shut up.
Yeah, let's. On that note, moving on.
No.
G.I. Joe fans, here's a reason to go to San Diego Comic-Con. G.I. Joe's Cold Slither will be performing live at this year's San Diego Comic-Con. Prepare for some
Dom's got to go to this.
Dreadnought. He already bought tickets. I sent it to him, and he's like, I already bought tickets. Prepare for some Dreadnought-fueled chaos. The notorious metal band Cold Slither from the original G.I. Joe animated series is making their real-life debut at San Diego Comic-Con, and what may be the most metal crossover of the years. Hasbro and reigning Phoenix Music are bringing the Cobra-created band to the stage for a one-night only concert experience. It's going to be Thursday, July 24th. Doors open at 8 p.m. Shows at 9 at the Brick by Brick venue. Tickets are $42.66 with only 450 person capacity. The live band lineup features a crew of seasoned metal artists where they're going to be dressing up as the characters, it looks like. The very next day, Friday, July 25th, Cold Slither's full album drops, featuring 11 tracks of high-octane villainy. The album includes a remastered version of the original cartoon anthem and is available for pre-order now. Looks like cringe fun. Yeah.
I know any of those names. Do you? Do you know any of those names? Or
Zartan.
No. Well, I know the G.I. Joe or the Cobra names, but not Ross.
Well, yeah, I know those. Okay, I know those names. I'm
Matt
talking
Harvey
about
or Andy Selway or.
Yeah,
but it looks like
Ross Sewage. Come on now,
Ross Sewage.
Ross Sewage. I've been swimming in Ross Sewage. I love it.
But yeah, I got an email about this. I sent it to Dom, and he was like, "Yo, we should go." And then he messaged me 2 seconds later and was like, "I bought tickets." So Dom will be there.
Did you buy tickets for you?
No. He bought tickets for himself. But you know, Dom can't pass up. How many times after the wrestling show has Dom been like, the only exclusive I want is the Cold Slither figures.
Cold Slither, yeah, exclusive, yeah. Oh, I know. This is cool. I wouldn't mind a poster for it.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
That
I'm sure Dom.
I'll check out.
The bass guitarist looks just like you, Sticks.
the mutton chop.
Sticks back in the day.
Going with mutton chops. That looks like
so.
Sticks
Yeah,
before the chaperoning days.
Yeah. That's me in the punk rock days.
If you're a G.I. Joe Cold Slither fan,
hanging out with the Ramones,
get their full album. I haven't seen if it's going to be available on. It's available pre-order. I wonder if it's on Apple Music or Spotify yet. I wonder if I can pre-order it there. Let's see. Cold Slurpee. I mean Slither.
Cold Slurpee. Yeah, cold.
Oh yeah, you can pre-order it on Apple Music. Alrighty.
Let's see. Oh, there goes our.
There you go. There's a little taste for you. Some Cold Slither. Street Fighter got a little pro wrestling news on SNS. WWE superstar Cody Rhodes is reportedly in talks to play Guile in the new Street Fighter reboot. It seems the upcoming Street Fighter movie could end up featuring at least 2 WWE superstars, following yesterday's news that David Doshmelkin has joined the cast of the legendary live-action video game and adapted as Villainous M. Bison. We're hearing that another key role may have been filled, with Nexus Point News reporting that Cody Rhodes is now in talks to play Guile. Known for his signature flat-top haircut and sonic boom projectile, Guile debuted as one of the original 8 World Warriors in 1991 Street Fighter II. Though the tough, no-nonsense U.S. Air Force colonel made his mission to take down Bison and the criminal empire following the death of his friend. He was played by Jean-Claude Van Damme in the 90s. And Roman Reigns is going to be playing Akuma, the villain of the movie. So looking forward to Street Fighter.
Ooh.
There's Dom. He comes in right after we just talked to Cold Slither.
Oh, damn it.
See ya. He's like, I'm out.
Damn it. What's up, guys?
What's up,
Dom and Cold Slither.
Yeah, so I got tickets for this.
I know.
Congratulations.
That's what we heard.
Congratulations on your purchase.
You know, the funny thing was, I got the tickets. I told my wife, I said, listen, we're going to a concert. She goes, okay. She goes, what concert? I said, well, you ever watch G.I. Joe, Zartan, Cold Slither? She goes, what the hell? What? Cold what? She goes, you didn't even ask me? I said, no, because I just assumed that you would have to go to a concert. I said, I got to go to this. So apparently it's a record launch too. they're dropping their album in there and shirts and merch.
Yep.
So
All kinds of cold Slither goodness for you.
Yeah. I might be interested in a shirt. I might be.
Well, if you go to was it T Public? T Public has or 80s Tees. They have a couple of cold Slither shirts.
Oh yeah. Okay.
80s Tees, yeah.
Yeah, but not from this. I mean, that's their own.
No,
right?
the regular animated shirts. But yes, I don't know what to expect with this. I don't know if they're gonna have some really limited edition stuff, which is great.
Yeah, I was just telling Matt if they have. I was telling Matt if they have a poster, I wouldn't mind a poster.
Well, I'll see.
We'll see. I'm sure they'll announce more in the coming weeks.
So the doors open up at 8, and it starts at 8.
No, it starts at 9. Show starts at 9.
So who's opening up?
Yeah, doors always open an hour before.
So somebody else is going to open up for them, I guess, right?
Don't throw water at Zartan. He's going to fuck your girlfriend.
True.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think there's an opener, man. I think it's just the doors open at 8. The show starts at 9.
Yeah, this is going to go great with the Hasbro Pulse classified cold Slither pack. Hopefully, I can get it. It's the only thing I really want.
Yep.
San Diego. See what happens.
Get your fill on cold Slither. And that's it for our news. So I'll hand it in over to Big Daddy Sam for big news in anime. Sweet Titty Sam.
That's it. I think I have. First story is the rest of the casting announcements for the Street Fighter. So David Dastmalchian, as you heard Matt mention, is going to be M. Bison. We got Jason Momoa as Blanca. We got this dude from that Kung Fu show as Ryu. We got this gal right here as Chun-Li. And then Noah Centineo as Ken and 50 Cent as Balrog. 50 Cent's going to be Balrog. So very exciting news. All right, next up. For all of you guys who really enjoyed Cyberpunk Edge Runners, guess what? There's going to be a season 2, or second series. It's not the same characters. It's going to be all new characters set in the same Cyberpunk world, the post-Cyberpunk singularity world coming. They're going to get a 10-episode series at Netflix coming in early 2026.
Coming.
Next up.
I'm waiting for it to turn.
We got
There it goes.
This week was Anime Expo, just so you know. So a lot of animes were launching trailers, and we're going to look at a few of them, but there were a ton of trailers dropping. I think there were probably 12 series announced and trailers that dropped this week. If you want the full rundown, you can go to the Anime Expo news and find them out. But the couple that I pulled out were Rooster Fighter, where
I thought it was Demon Cock.
Superpowered chicken or superpowered rooster versus demons.
Demon cock.
And this is like One Punch Man, but instead of Saitama, you have a rooster named Keiji. It's a pretty fun series, but they do eventually kind of take it really serious. And by that time, you're bought in with the characters, so it's pretty good. And this is an ongoing manga series as well. It's got 50 chapters in. They're longer chapters than normal because they release on a bi-weekly basis, so they're usually 30-page chapters. But that series is going to be dropping again early 2026. Then we have the movie trailer for the next Chainsaw story arc, Chainsaw Man, the Reize arc. And these are a few stills from that trailer. That movie is going to be coming out in Japan in, I think it's September is when it's dropping in Japan, but it's coming out really soon. And This is like probably the second best arc of Chainsaw Man, because Chainsaw Man Denji he's trying to decide which of these girls he likes more, Reze or Makima, and they basically battle over him and battle for the heart
Just
of
take both of them.
So look forward.
not both?
If you want to check out this
Both, right?
trailer, it's awesome. This is an awesome trailer. So check that out. Chainsaw Man, Reze Arc. And then next up, this is our manga spotlight. This is from One Piece. They introduced this character earlier this year. His name's Loki, and named after the Norse god Loki. And when he was introduced, he was introduced with his eyes bandaged, and now we understand why. Because when he was born with the eyes of Sauron. This is baby Loki on the right side here, and you can see that he's got these kind of snake-like eyes, the Sauron-like eyes, and as a result of those eyes, he was rejected by his mother and cast out into the cold. And what we see on the bottom right panel is baby Loki trying to climb back up to his home in Elbaf, which is like the Viking home. But he's a really awesome character. We don't really know where he's going to go yet. There's just a lot of potential that's been laid out about this character, a lot of hype, and hopefully it pays off here. But that's it for the manga news. Ed, you can take a deep breath. It was only 5 minutes. I don't have anything new for Fidel other than he said he hasn't started school yet. I think the Navy's like, they don't really know what to do with Fidel. They're just keeping him waiting around, and he's not really going to school. He hasn't.
They deployed him someplace.
They're just trying to figure out what to do with him. I mean, he's really good in the kitchen. They should put him on KP duty and let him cook for everybody. He's doing a good job there.
Potato peeler.
I also don't have any.
He'd be making recipes that his dead wife taught him. Family recipes from his dead wife.
Family Italian, German recipes from his dead Nazi wife. The dodgeball highlights. We took a holiday for the July 4th, and so there's no new highlights, but I'll have more next week for us to enjoy. And that's it.
That was quick. It's gonna be a quick one tonight. I have a feeling. All right, we're moving on to mega character matchup. We'll stick with Sweet Titty Sam on this one. This week we've got Cassandra Nova versus the Punisher.
What's her name again?
Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova. Yeah, I call her Casanova. Cassandra Nova's 9.5 out of 10, with her intelligence and energy projection doing most of the heavy lifting for her stats. Not much in the way of physical strength or fighting skills, but she does make up for it with very powerful psychic abilities. Well, let's move over to everybody's friend, Frank Castle. The Punisher has 4 in strength, 4 out of 10 for strength, 7 out of 10 for intelligence, 3 out of 10 for speed, 5 out of 10 for durability, 1 out of 10 for energy projection. He relies more on the physical projectiles. He has 9 out of 10 for fighting skills, 4 out of 10 for agility, 8 out of 10 for stamina. You could do this all day. 6 out of 10 for reflexes, and 10 out of 10 for mental resilience. I don't know. I feel like as long as revenge is the thing he's after, then yes, he's mentally resilient. But once he tries to develop some healthy human relationships, that stat's going to go way down.
Yeah. Our scenario.
Punisher launches a surprise attack using drones, explosives, and EMPs to disable Cassandra's tech. He infiltrates the compound with stealth and precision, taking out her henchmen with brutal efficiency. Cassandra, an Omega-level telepath and Mumudrai, an entity, senses his presence instantly. She invades his mind, dredging up every trauma, every loss. Frank resists, but only barely, thanks to sheer mental resilience and years of psychological conditioning. Castle reaches her inner sanctum. He fires a rocket launcher point blank. Cassandra deflects it with a telekinetic wave, then twists his perception, making him relive his family's death in an endless loop. But Frank, fueled by vengeance, fights through the illusion and lands a brutal blow with a vibranium blade. Cassandra attempts to erase his consciousness. Frank activates a neural disruptor designed by Reed Richards for an anti-telepath warfare. It gives him a few seconds of clarity. He pulls the trigger. But despite Punisher's unmatched grit and tactical brilliance, Cassandra's psychic dominance is overwhelming. She survives Frank's assault, though not unscathed. Frank Castle earns her respect and a place in her nightmares.
Yeah, so we still have Cassandra Nova picking up the W.
Listen, she skinned freaking goddamn Human Torch alive, and so she's that strong.
Pretty badass.
Yep.
All right, let's see who she's gonna fight next. Zaggy says they'd probably bang and call today. Ended at Burger King.
Yeah, there you go.
Got a kid's meal.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Bamf.
Bam, indeed. Yeah.
I have a feeling we're gonna have another week of Cassandra Nova as a champion, even though I love me some Nightcrawler.
You love a little bit of Bamf.
Bamfing all day, baby. And that brings us to best and worst covers of the week. Listen, I got to admit, last week's selection of books were Doo-Doo Butthole. That was probably the worst week of comic releases I've seen in a long time. Almost every single book I read was Doo-Doo Butthole. I don't care how you can put lipstick on a pig, but at the end of the day, it's still a pig. So I'm here to tell you that
Oink,
none of
oink,
those
baby.
books last week were that good. There's maybe one that I liked. So this week, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more of the same. So starting us off for the worst comics of the week, we have this Absolute Superman number 9. This cover D125 Dustin Nijin variant.
Why does it look like a Frank Miller reject cover?
I was going to say John Romita Jr.
Yeah.
I was going to say it looks like John Romita Jr. It was another light week, Dungeon, yes.
Yeah, I don't care for this. The glowing mouth is weird.
You got like a chin shadow too. Like you see his chin in the S.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. Agreed.
I
I agree.
feel like
Especially
if I
at a
worked with the teeth-
ratio.
Yeah, 125. Yeah, that's not good for one.
Who at DC saw this as like there's our 1 in 25 right there. Hands down. There it is.
Bruce.
Probably. Bruce is probably gonna buy 5 of these. It'll probably be his thumbnail on his new Wednesday show or Thursday show where he goes over his pickups from the week.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I think it's all right other than the mouth. The mouth is so weird.
Mm.
Kind of puts everything out of place to have his teeth glowing like that.
Ed says I'm good with a light week for a change. Yeah. It was a rough week. Next up, we have this Batman Dark Patterns cover B, Martin Simmons variant. This is awful too.
Well, it looks like what's that? The
Coneheads?
Tedeschi. That's it. He used to do the
Batman Coneheads patterns.
remember the old X-Men books with Professor X's son. They had the covers where they used to do cover.
Oh, with Legion on the cover.
With Legion on the cover, yeah.
The
artist.
the New Mutant.
Yeah,
Yeah, it kind of does look like that.
What's that guy's name? The Jarvis.
Was it
Looks
Sienkiewicz?
like my nightmare after hearing Sam sing.
Were the Sienkiewicz that did those covers?
What was this? Or Skodansky? What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Zdarsky?
Skodansky covers.
No, not Zdarsky. No.
Who's the guy?
Sandusky.
Sandusky. Okay, that's Sandusky. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, listen.
I don't think it was Sandusky. I don't think it was Tickler Sandusky.
I don't know if it was somebody. I just can't say the name, man.
Sam's just baiting everybody.
Yeah.
Dom, I don't know anybody. Like, I'm the last guy you should be taking.
No, I
steps.
can't think of the artist name. The one because the other covers, the way where those covers are drawn. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, whenever Simmons does a cover, printers run out of black ink. Yeah, I don't think it was Sandusky, buddy.
Yeah, it was Bill Sienkiewicz.
Sienkiewicz.
Awesome
Yeah.
footage.
It was Bill Sienkiewicz.
Sienkiewicz?
Yeah.
Sienkiewicz.
Let's play the game of see how many people it takes to pronounce his name. Everybody.
I feel like I've just been sticked here. Sticks. Figured no matter what, where I go, I figured.
The guy from Penn State?
Yeah. Bill Cosby, yes. That's after you get a couple of drinks. If you can spike your drink, yeah.
Oh man. Sienkiewicz. Sandusky.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
Seinfeld.
terrible cover though.
Seinfeld guy.
And we have Godzilla, Here There Be Aliens. Cover B, Angel Hernandez variant. Why
That
does
Bruce
this
Willis?
look like? Look, what is Bruce Willis? I have to say, what is Bruce Willis doing there?
Godzilla meets moonlighting.
It looks like a little off at Annie with the eyes.
Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd take on Godzilla.
I'd watch that.
Cover's not that bad. The cover's not that bad. You know.
I mean,
Who's the guy that plays Mark Ruffalo? So this looks like Mark Ruffalo right here. Bruce Willis. I don't know what this is.
That's like a little off at Annie. The eyes. Like she has a little. Oh. It's not a big. So he's stepping on them. That's what's
it's like
going
Little
on.
Orphan Andy.
That's Gigan, right? The guy.
Guy again, yeah. Yeah, guy again.
Gigan, yeah.
Cold, so there you must be way behind there, James.
We'll see the baby.
Bruce Willis is looking for some shoes that fit.
No, he's looking for the Seagram's golden wine coolers, man.
Yeah, that's this is John Travolta just wandering around in the background there.
John Travolta from Welcome Back, Carter.
From Face Off.
Just terrible.
Welcome back.
And then for some better covers of the week, we have this Mutana variant for Uncanny X-Men 17.
Ejikuri.
Cover. Ejikuri.
Mutina. Yep.
Motina. My balls. Then we have this.
Mutina, my balls.
We have this Fantastic Four #1. Of course, Fantastic Four are back in print this week after Marvel pretty much ended their series when they were trying to get the rights back. So we got a brand new #1 with this beautiful Alex Ross variant cover.
It is a nice one.
So I think this is a beautiful.
Alex Ross loves art.
Nice homage to that first appearance of Galactus.
Is that Andy Sikovich?
Nope, it is not.
Not in.
And it's not Jerry Sandusky either.
Sandusky either. Sandusky.
This is straight up Alex Ross.
Alex Ross, yes.
It's Joe Paterno.
Legend.
No,
No, it's not Coach Joe either.
it's not.
But a good cover. There's a lot of covers for this book. The Alex Ross one
I'm sure
was
there
just
are.
the best one. I
Don't
thought
they have
there's,
do they have a homage cover too of #1? The original #1? Didn't they make a
I don't there. So
Can't
no,
imagine that.
there's also a companion book that comes out this week for the movie that has the #1 homage cover
okay.
on it, with like Pedro Pascal, where they actually have like Pedro Pascal, on it, as Reed Richards. But there's a Scotty Young connecting cover for this as well. I think it's gonna be like a 4-issue or 6-issue connecting cover with them all. The first one is Ben Grimm, The Thing. So if you're a Scotty Young fan, you have that to look forward to as well. Then we got this cover B for Stanley Art Germ Lou variant on Supergirl number 3. Art Germ's doing really good covers on these Supergirl books.
It's Streaky. Streaky's on there. Streaky the cat.
Super Kitty.
Yeah, because they're just gonna double down on all the superhero pets now. Crypto, Streaky.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's kangaroo.
What's up, Terry?
Penguin's penguin.
Penguin's penguin. Then we have Predator, Black, White, and Blood, number 1. This Paolo Vanelli variant.
I like that.
Beautiful cover.
Your Predator's everywhere, man. Predator right now, all-time high with all the animation, the movie, the Predator versus
Predator and Alien both are kind of
Spider-Man. Predator, Spider-Man, one of the best comics out there. Crazy stuff, man. I like that.
I do too. The A cover's not bad too, but this is one I thought was really cool with the Predator getting eaten by the T-Rex.
Like that, man.
Next up, we got this Magic number 7 Yasmin Pateri variant, Virgin variant. There's a nice action shot of Magic there, giving that little taint, little taint shot.
Yeah.
Look good right across there with the nice orange or yellow signature. This Magic book has a lot of really good covers on it. I think I want to say that the A cover is it's not a Villa-Lobos. It might be Villa-Lobos, or it's maybe even be an Adam Hughes cover. On this book, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's slim pickings last week and this week, man. There's not a whole lot of.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a Villa-Lobos. It's a Villa-Lobos A cover. So. And that's it for best and worst covers of the week. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of covers to choose from on books this week. So there you go. It is a rather light week. You do have a couple of new books coming out, though. Like you have Jay and Silent Bob Meet Archie coming out. And then the prequel series to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees also comes out next week as well. Ed says, speaking of slimming down, how much have you lost? I am down 160 pounds, Ed.
That's awesome, man.
Still going, my man. Up next, first appearance of the week, we have Batgirl Must Die, number 9. We have the first appearance of Jade Tiger, the son of Bronze Tiger, and Lady Shiva. Right there, so that's probably a whopper. Of a book. Buy that one. I'm sure Bruce has about 15 copies you can buy.
Yeah. He loves his DC books.
And then we have, I don't know, Piggy, what do you call a CP dinosaur?
A CP dinosaur? What does that mean?
I don't know. But then we have Captain America. Did anybody read Captain America number 1? Sticks, did you read this?
No.
Dom, did you read this? They kind of, from what I took on it, they kind of retconned. It feels like they kind of retconned Captain America a little bit, where to me it's like he's waking up in the ice right around the events of 9/11. So like they have it changed for when he's waking up, but you get the first appearance of David Colton, a super soldier who is going. This is him before he gets the super soldier serum, but the display for the next issue is a back shot of him after he gets the serum. So we're gonna have another super soldier running around, apparently, come issue 2.
If people are complaining about this because of the changes that they made in the story. Let's complain about everything anyway. So
Everything. Absolutely everything. And then we have X-Men #1, the Hellfire Vigil #1. We have the first appearance of Fuma, a daughter of Storm and Wolverine. Because you know Storm and Wolverine knocking booties.
how many kids did damn Wolverine have, man? I think
A lot.
He has a lot of kids, man.
A lot. As many as he takes. That's what happens when you're like 200 years old.
Tell me about it.
You don't know what you did. You worked for worked for the Red Skull. You killed Peter Parker's parents. You don't even know what's going on. Weapon X Project, every damn thing. Banging every chick you see. All the redheads. All the non-redheads.
Banging them all. Jean Grey. He's just getting in where he fits in, you know what I mean?
That's it.
Yep.
But that's it for best and worst covers of the week. Then we go into my comic book picks of the week. Like I said, most of the books this week were doo-doo butthole. But I did like Bring on the Bad Guys, Green Goblin, #1.
I need to get that cover. I need to get that book. I was going to get it. I like it. I like the goblins, man.
Goblin D's nuts.
Oh. Gobble, gobble, Sam. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
I know a bitch when I see one. Oh,
You stepped on my plant. You stepped on the plants. I seen that shit.
you dirty bitch.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is a Bermejo cover. Yeah, Lee Bermejo cover, right? This is interesting. So you kind of see this book shows you Norman Osborn's first kill. There's a couple books have made deal where you have these bad guys. So the first one was Doom, and it's Doom's battle versus Mephisto. And this book, you see Mephisto make a deal with Norman Osborn to basically he's going to give Norman Osborn all the fame and riches and success that he wants. But he has to make 2 deals. He has to give him the soul of his firstborn son and Harry, which he does. And then he has to be at Mephisto's beck and call and do his bidding on a favor of Mephisto's choosing at any time. So he makes that favor where Mephisto needs him to take this knife and kill one of the board members of Oscorp. And so you get to see Norman Osborn's first kill as the Green Goblin. So this is like the only book that I really cared for this week. But we have a little bit of a preview for next. This is kind of a preview for books I think you should pick up next week. I'm a huge Kevin Smith and Jay and Silent Bob fan. So we have Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob that comes out this week. Snoochie Boochie Archie fans. Yes, you read that right. Acclaimed writer and director, actor, producer, and podcaster Kevin Smith takes on the teens you know and love from Riverdale on the wildest ride of their lives. What's supposed to be a summer job at Quick Stop for Archie Andrews turns into so much more. From the budding friendships with co-workers Randall Graves, crashing a Pussycat concert, and potential new love interest, Jay and Silent Bob being, well, Jay and Silent Bob, and a musical number that will be burned into your brain forever. So, plus, could Jay and Silent Bob even help Archie to finally choose between Betty and Veronica Snoogans? I'm looking forward to this.
Can this be as good as Archie meets Punisher and Archie meets Predator? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't like Archie's chances in either one of those books.
I know.
I don't think Archie fares well in that. And then we have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring. I'm looking forward to both these books. This one is, in particular, if you read the first Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, it was super, super good. I'm looking forward to this book a lot. I'm definitely going to be picking both of those up.
Didn't this become option? Didn't they option this?
I believe so. I believe the first one was optioned, yes.
Yeah.
I know like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, it was all the rage. Like the variants for issues like 1, 2, and 3 were going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember bonkers. Yeah.
So it's It's a good read though. I really liked it. From was both of them from IDW? I want to say the first one was Image, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, Sticks?
What's this one? It was wasn't Image. I don't think it was Image.
Was it always IDW?
I think it was always actually, you know what?
I felt like it was Image.
Oh, I think it was.
Oh no, it was IDW. It was.
Was it? Okay. I knew it wasn't Image. I knew it was.
I thought it was Image for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it wasn't Dynamite, because then it's probably never going to come out because they're getting royally effed in the A by the Diamond court, by the Diamond bankruptcy courts. So they can't even make payroll this week, so they're probably going to be.
I mean, they went Diamond right or die. So
yeah, and now they can't make. Diamond owes them like $1 million, and they can't make payroll, so they're going to probably be out of business. Yeah, it could. You're right, Dudge. It could have been the change in logo because they went from just IDW to the ID. It could have been the change in logo, but I thought it was Image. Mandela effect, baby, right there.
Yep.
But looking forward to this book as well. Looking forward to reading it and reviewing it. I bet you'll probably see it on Bruce's new pickup show on Thursdays. That's it for my comic picks of the week. Now we're going to get into the segment of the show where everybody loves Sam getting jiggy with it. Na. What do you got for us this week, Sam?
Unfortunately, those are not the songs I'm doing this week. So Will Smith did a big old Instagram campaign, and he paid to have his songs promoted all over my feed in particular. And I could not get away with it.
See you later, Ed.
I could not escape him. I know Will Smith is Ed's favorite artist, so we doubled up on Will Smith this week. We're going to go 2 new songs from Will Smith.
Whoa.
We've got Pretty Girls, his new single, and then just kind of a riff he did the other day called Lunch Break Freestyle. So here we go.
Oh, geez.
Here's Pretty Girls. I like pretty girls. I love pretty girls. I like pretty girls. I love pretty girls. You don't gotta wait in line tonight. You too fine for the line tonight. 5 + 5, you a dime tonight. It's a full house. Better play your cards right. I'ma post your pic if you pose. Make one phone call. You in vogue. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Hold up. Wait. Pose. I'm about to do some investing. I spend it on you and your bestie. You and your twin on a jet ski. I'll change your life if you let me. I like pretty girls. I love pretty girls. I like pretty girls. I love pretty girls. All the pretty girls, put your drink up. I'll get you something if you think of. I like baby. I like BBLs.
You like BBLs? You like some
BBLs.
Brazilian butlers?
That stand for bad bitches link up. Popping in the club all night in the section. Picture perfect. I swear you perfection. I like you, and you. It don't matter about your complexion. There's not a lot woman not pretty to me. I mean she pretty to me. And I ain't talking about just pretty you see, but the pretty you be. I like pretty girls. I love pretty girls.
This is
I
terrible.
like pretty girls. I love pretty girls. Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. No, we're done.
And Tyson says, I guess I'm off as well. I'll stay, but I'm putting it on mute.
All right.
Big Willie having a midlife crisis.
He is definitely having a midlife crisis. All right, the next one's even better.
Can't get any worse.
Yeah,
I guess it can.
Lyrical Lemonade. Okay, I like this. Don't you know who you won the lotto? Yeah, y'all got me a little nervous. I know that I be on some other shit. I know that I'm different. I be on some y'all don't understand it. I don't mention it. Made it to the top of Hollywood without a membership. Killed him in July, then switched him in December shit. I be overcoming shit y'all having trouble with. Let them run their mouths. I mean, really. That's what come with this. They built a wall. I'm jumping it and loving it. They want me to be done with it, but I'm still having fun with it. Writing songs, writing checks, writing history, writing wrongs, but I'm still writing mentally. I go to sleep and my ancestors visit me. They surrounded me, gave me the vision vividly, gave me a lion to protect me in this industry. Now I just walk and he chew through my enemies. Feel like I'm just getting started. They try to finish me. I'm like the universe, infinite. There's no end to me. This is the bounce back. Watch Will, y'all. This is the bounce back. Here come the bounce back. Keep your eyes on him. This is the bounce back. With these mic, I feel like I'm Cus D'Amato. 100 rounds of life, but I'm still boxing my shadow. Yeah, I took a knee, never threw in the towel, though. Hip-hop's Messi, Neymar, and Ronaldo. Goals scored on these boys. I done won damn near every single award on these boys. Sold out movie theaters and even tours on these boys. Feeling like a mop, wipe the floor with these boys. People
Why
ask
is
me
he,
how I do it. I just took off a bite more than I can chew. Then I chew it. Yeah, y'all jokers thought I blew it. I pulled the pin out the grenade on purpose when I threw it. And even though I'm an action star, sometimes I'm an act bizarre. Cause I'm an artist at heart. I'm not just an actor, y'all. This is the bounce back. Watch Will, y'all. This is the bounce back. Here come the bounce back. Keep your eyes on him. This is the bounce back.
Yeah, let's eat.
Yeah, let's see.
I think it's the first time you've done the entire song, Sam.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's the bounce back, y'all.
Oh man. Like here's the thing. There is not a single line in any of these songs that Will Smith's coming out with that hits harder than just one line from the latest Ye song, right? There's one line, and like Kanye can drop one line and it hits harder than a whole album that Will Smith does. It's crazy. It's like trying to watch Taken after you've seen John Wick. Like the state of the art has moved on. State of the art has moved on. Will Smith's still trying to rap like it's the 90s.
There's no cussing in Will Smith's rapping.
What's that?
Will cuss.
So Will doesn't cuss in his rap to sell records.
We'll be back to talk.
Nope.
The state of the art.
Never has, never will. He won't cuss.
Sam
no
is
fuss.
White Hawk.
Yep.
S&S is just like 5 parrots. Will Smith was never a good rapper.
Big
Good job, Sam.
Good job. All right, and that brings us to our last segment of the show. Chat GPT would not work for me today, so I could not get a OnlyFans, comic book OnlyFans segment for the show. So that's fun. So yeah, we're gonna roll right into this part of the show where everyone's like, I don't want to talk about dudes and hot chicks. I want to talk about comics. It's time for Missed Connections. All right, who wants to lead us off tonight?
I'll do it.
All right.
MSG darts. You were dressed as a sausage. We secretly p-touched your meat string with gay. You said you would give me your socks if I gave you a high five. I foolishly said I would later, but I got too sleepy and went home. I regret it, and I want to swap hand slaps for socks. Sock it to me.
Hand slaps.
We secretly p-touched your meat string with gay.
Gay.
Brush River Adult Bookstore, Hartford County. I want to meet young tops in the video booth this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night, 2nd through the 4th. I want to go to the booth, bend over, and you work me over. I'm an older white man. You'd be regular late night meetups. Contact me with a night and time you want to meet up. Looking for under 30s, preferred BBC.
That's short for big black cock, by the way.
Thanks for clearing that up, Sam. Appreciate you clearing that up, Sam.
There you go. Sam knows his
ABCs.
cousins.
All right, Sticks.
All right. Wood grain installment. Fayetteville. Texture means the relative size as the amount of variation size of the wood. It's the cells and how they're arranged in bands called rings. And the size and distribution of pores that makes the difference between fine textured wood and coarse textured wood. Woodworkers, though, say fine-grained and coarse-grained rather than use the word texture and describe the characteristic of wood. And you don't have to be a wood technologist to see as well as feel the difference in grain.
He wants to lay some wood on you.
It's Woody Woodpecker.
He wants to show you his
Very
expertise.
technical about it.
I'm an expert at wood.
Alrighty then.
What am I bringing my all to, Tyson?
All right, Don.
All right, looking for someone to rough me up. Savannah. As the post title says, I'm looking for someone or multiple people to film a video of me fighting. It's a very long story as to why, but I want a good video of me getting into a brawl so I can show a friend. Bonus points. If I totally get my ass kicked, I have $50 to pay for your time. $50 to pay for your time. Looking for guys that are able to meet up and shoot a video tonight. Thanks.
Just wants to get his ass kicked.
Who wants to get his ass kicked?
Yeah, dude,
On
this dude's got
camera.
a fetish for just getting his ass beat.
Hey, son.
I'm gonna get my ass whooped on camera. $50.
Kick me harder.
But you see, I would videotape me getting my ass kicked by a bunch of girls, man, hot girls, and then take the $50. Instead of getting my ass kicked by guys, have the girls try to fuck me up.
But what if you got that videotape and you're like, so you want to see a videotape of that time I took on like 5 dudes and got my ass whooped? Pretty spectacular.
If you're gonna get beat up by somebody you don't want to fight, here's the 3 words you need to say to get out of any fight. You ready? A little bit of wisdom dropping early tonight. 3 words to get out of any fight. I have diarrhea.
Hey. That's it.
That might work.
Oh, I don't know. You think that's gonna? Have you tested this theory, Sam?
I got the Hershey.
Listen, gentlemen, I would love to stand around and fight you guys, but I've got diarrhea.
I have diarrhea. Because it puts some risk on them, right? It puts some risk on the other side. They may think they can take you, but do they really want to be cleaning up diarrhea?
The shits.
Do they really want to be dealing with that?
I got the shits. Don't touch me.
I have diarrhea.
I think it would be a challenge because they're gonna be like, I'm gonna knock you out and make you shit your pants.
Yeah, but there's some splashback that's coming their way, guaranteed. It just throws enough into the calculus that they have to really pause and think about what they're trying to do. But you know what? Maybe I don't want this fight. Your man isn't too bright. He told you need to lose weight, and I pull up next to retrieve him. This is Sir Mix-a-Lot writing this. Girl, rest that fupa on my head while I feast. Real man.
Real men are afraid of some size. Yikes.
Baby got back.
Pest control service.
Baby got back.
Baby.
You were going door to door trying to get people to sign up for your pest control. You were a really hot young guy. I want to invite you into my dickus, your plant, in depth, but I was on a call. If interested, get back to me. Let me know your name so I know it's you.
Dave. His name was Dave.
Do we
Go and
need to bring
invite you
back the
to
Magneto
next
musical
guest.
version of Misconnections?
We need that so much.
That's it.
That's
We're
great.
done. 1 hour and 34 minutes, 35 minutes.
Tight 90-minute show.
Start to finish.
Nice.
Tight like tiger. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us this beautiful Saturday night.
That was the best 30 minutes I had for today, man.
Hell yeah, Dom.
30 minutes.
There you go. Make sure to check out more from the channel all week. Make sure to check out Pete Shorts. Make sure to check out Dom, Marco, Wayseeker, and the boys tomorrow night on the Star Wars show. Make sure to check out all Pete Shorts throughout the week. Make sure to check out Sticks on Tuesday nights over on his channel for the Doctor Who show. Make sure to check us out, me, Sticks, and Dom, Thursday nights on my channel for our Off the Mat Pro Wrestling podcast, where we go over all the happenings in professional wrestling. Make sure to check out Sticks and Dom Friday nights on The Qualified, which you can find right here after the CBSI Hot 10 list show. And then it brings us right back to us next Saturday with hopefully a more bountiful show. There'll be a plethora of comic covers and so much goodness to go over next week. Fingers crossed. And on that note, Sam, hit us with some words of wisdom.
If I have diarrhea doesn't work, make sure that you're fighting to win. Okay, go for the four ends: the nose, the neck, the nuts, and the instep. Those are the four ends of fighting. Okay, don't be a hero. Don't play by the rules. Fight to survive. Fight to win.
Or take the finger to the eye. Hit him in the eye.
I feel like you all just implicated us in someone doing a potential murder here. And that's what just happened.
I said what I said.
Well, you're the lawyer, so on that note, see you guys next week.
Either you've got me confused with somebody else, or this is a joke.